Well, the Christmas holiday is just over a week away, and there are concerns about travelers spreading the coronavirus. Thousands of people are expected to take to the friendly skies for Christmas and the New Year, despite the fact that we are in a pandemic. And that's our topic in tonight's 7 Upfront segment. Joining me tonight is Rebecca Spicer, who's the Vice President for Communications for Airlines for America. Rebecca, thank you for being with us this evening.
Thanks for having me. Good to be with you.
All right, well, let's begin right here in Southeast Michigan at Metro Airport. Millions of people fly in and out every year from this facility. What kind of financial impact is the pandemic having on the airline economy this month?
Well, I certainly wish I could give you better numbers, but unfortunately, the situation is still very dire for the airline industry. And I know, as you mentioned, right there in Detroit, you all have seen it firsthand. I know that there are many airline employees who unfortunately have lost their jobs right there in your area. And we're working here in Washington to get those jobs back. We're really hopeful that the members of Congress who are here working very hard, both in the Senate and in the House, we're really hopeful that they're going to be able to come together on a package before they go home for the Christmas break. We are very encouraged right now, but it is this money for the payroll support program that is going to be so vital to getting those jobs reinstated. So that said, every one airline job helps support 9 other jobs in the economy. So we really are hopeful that this, you mentioned the vaccine just a couple minutes ago. We're hopeful that that will help our country, but in our economy rebound, and airlines are really eager to be at the tip of the spear as we see a recovery.
Well, 1 to 9, that is an incredible statistic. And, on the heels of that vaccine and what you were just saying, do you think more people will start flying again? You said you're hopeful.
We are hopeful.
Okay.
But on the other hand, we are encouraging people to lean into science, make educated decisions for themselves and for their family. Listen to what the CDC is saying. Read studies like research that some researchers at Harvard University recently published, and we can make sure that your viewers have access to that on your website. And it said it took a holistic look at the in-flight experience. It looked at the layers of protection that airlines have implemented since the onset of this pandemic. Layers of protection like wearing a mask. So the next time you get on an airplane, you will be required to wear a face mask, and airlines are vigorously enforcing that. Something else you'll see the next time you fly is that major airlines are asking you when you check in simple questions in a health acknowledgement checklist, if you will. Things like, do you have a fever? Have you been exposed to COVID? So they want to make sure that passengers who are getting on the aircraft are as healthy as they can be right now. And if you don't think you're healthy, let's rethink the trip and go at another time, perhaps.
Yeah, and we have been seeing those intense safety protocols, and they are appreciated for the comfort of travelers that do need to get in the skies and want to. Just recently, December 1st, we saw Southwest Airlines bring back that middle seat. Several airlines had taken that out for safety. Are many of those intense safety protocols still there, and anything different ramping up for the holidays?
Well, we certainly are still seeing the mask requirement, those health acknowledgement forms that I just mentioned. We're also still seeing the enhanced cleaning protocols. You might have seen pictures or video throughout the pandemic of robot-looking devices that go through the airplane cleaning them. And so that's to ensure that any virus or bacteria is killed and removed before you even get on the plane. But something that is so important, and I mentioned a minute ago, to lean into science for information, and that's what airlines have been doing throughout this. One critical piece of that science, and especially in the report that was out from Harvard recently, addressed the air filtration and airflow. It's something that's always been there, but I don't know about you, I really never thought twice about the air ventilation on an airplane. Well, now we do think about it, and what the Harvard researchers discovered was that because of the direction and the quality of the air on an aircraft, it goes from above you down to your feet, and then it goes out at your foot level. So the air really doesn't cross between passenger and passenger. And then once it goes through hospital grade HEPA filters. So the research showed that really because of this high power air filtration system, that really the proximity, the importance of the proximity is alleviated because of that airflow and the air filtration.
Wow, Rebecca, so interesting to note. Yeah, important to hear that. And we thank you so much and wish the best for your industry and its bounce back and
Thank you.
comeback as many others out there. So thank you, Rebecca.
Thank you.
Dave.